What is up, you guys? Project Poolside, day 4 coming at you here. We've got initial pillar preps, going to be our glute bridge march 90-90s and plank with a reach. Glute bridge march, we're going to work 8 reps per side. Going to come down, lay onto your back here. Heels are going to be driving into the ground for half, and then we'll switch over to the toes. Heels are driving into the ground. I'm going to bring my glutes here up off the floor. And then I'm going to bring my left leg up, and I'm just going to march side to side for 1 and 1, 2 and 2. Once I hit 4 reps, I'm going to plant my toes into the ground for 5 and 5, 6 and 6, and I'll work until I've done 8 reps per side, 4 on the heels, 4 on the toes. And then I'm going to get into my 90-90s, be on the ground here. Feet are going to be planted into the floor, and I'm going to drop knees down, forming my 2 90-degree angles, one with one leg, one with the other. If you want to lean over the top of one, feel free to do so. And then we'll switch sides down to the other side, kneel down. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, bring your hands up off the floor, a little bit more on the hips there to be able to get them down side to side, and you'll work for the full 8 reps per side. Next movement is going to be our plank with a reach. Plank with a reach is very simple. You're going to be here up in a plank. It's okay if your legs are a little bit wider than traditionally. I'm just going to bring my right hand up like I'm trying to high five somebody in front of me, or you can high five them if you want, and then switch. If you want to make it more challenging, opposite arm, opposite leg, 1 and 2, and you'll work for the full 8 reps per side. Once we're finished that, we're going to get into our movement prep here. We've got our walking knee hug to an airplane. We're going to do those for 5 per side. So you'll just take a couple steps. You'll pull your knee up into your chest, and I'm going to kick it down. I'm going to go down, out, like we're doing an RDL essentially on that side. Hands out nice and wide. I'll take 1, 2, 3 steps. I'll grab the other side, pull it into the chest, down, arms out to the side. That will be 2, and I'll work for 5 total per side. Next move is going to be a lateral line hop. We're going to do 20 per side. So what I'm going to do, find an arbitrary line, crack in the ground, in the sidewalk, whatever it's going to be, and I'll work 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 20 per side, so 40 total hops. And then the next move we're going to get into is our world's greatest stretch. We've been here a number of times in this program. Butt can come up nice and high, left foot next to the left hand. I like to turn the hips, drop them down to the side, do a little bit of exploration here. 5 reps per side. Go at your kind of own pace here. Turn the toes, drop the hips in, do what you need to do. Sometimes I like to come up, pull the toe even, rock back and forth, do a little bit of exploration. 5 total world's greatest stretches per side. Get you nice and loose before we get into our work. So our power today is going to be broad jumps and lateral line hops to a point. So, let me see. I got something here. I'm going to grab myself a marker so that we're able to do these correctly. And actually, I'm going to need 2 of them. So first marker here is going to be for my broad jump, so I'll have a mark where I'm going to start my broad jump. I'm going to be feet behind where that is, and I'll be here, and I'm just going to come down, and I'm going to try to jump as far away as I can. Once I get to that point, I'm going to mark that point. So I'll then grab, if you have 2 straps, you can use little baby plates. You can do whatever you want to do. Just don't hit them. And then I've got my other line here. And the goal now is to bring those further and further apart. We've got 3 reps to do it. We're going to do it 2 times, 2 rounds total. So then we'll be here, broad jumping the other way, be 1, 2, and 3. I'm jumping, and ideally now I'm taking this mark and I'm moving it a little bit further away so that we're able to broaden that scope and jump further and further for all 3 reps. So we do our 3 broad jumps. Then the same thing's going to apply. We're going to do a single leg takeoff to a 2-leg land, and I'm going to go off this way. So I found my point here on the ground where I'm going to start. I'm going to be up on my right foot, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to get ready. The way I'm going to load up is I'm going to use my hands almost like a running stance. So I've got my left leg, right arm is up here. I'm going to come down, I'm going to explode off that leg, and I'm going to jump, land on 2 feet. That was my right foot. Then I'm going to mark that spot, and then I'm going to do 2 more on the right foot. So I'll be here, right back to the beginning, right foot is down, here, here, then I'm going to go out again. Oh, look, I beat the spot. I got to the same spot wherever I am. I'm going to move my bar and shift it. I'm going to do the same thing on the left. 3 hops on the left, 3 hops on the right, 3 broad jumps. So we got 2 rounds of that power work. And then, we're going to get into our working sets. What do we got for our working sets today? We're going to be doing a deadlift and incline bench press. We're going to go 3 rounds for 8 total reps. I don't necessarily care what you use for your deadlift. You can go barbell, you can go strap bar. The goal here is 8 reps total, where your rated perceived exertion is at a 7, i.e. you've got 2 reps in the tank like we've been doing most of the program. So I'm going to demo here on a barbell. I could probably do about a 10-minute video on a proper deadlift. I'm not going to do that. What I'm just going to do is a quick little bit of form, and then we're going to kind of let it ride, and I'm going to trust that if you guys have questions, you're going to reach out. So I'm going to go soft bend in the knees. I'm going to lock my lats down. My chest is going to be nice and proud, and I'm going to come down here. My hip hinge leads. My knees are then going to come down, and then I'm going to come stand all the way up. It's going to be led by a hip hinge, and there's a little bit of a squatting motion here into it for 2, and I'm going to work for all 8 reps. For me personally, I would not be using an empty barbell just for demo purposes today, ladies and gents. And then we're going to move on to our incline bench press. Now, one thing I want to draw your attention to, I do not have an incline bench press at home, but does that mean I can't do this movement? No, it does not. We can pivot, we can adjust, we can make use of the equipment that we do have. So for me, I have a Bosu ball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my incline bench presses on the Bosu ball. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to get myself nice and close to the ball. I've got it ball side up. I'm then going to be here on the floor, and I'm using the Bosu ball as a bit of a support, and my core is actually lit up here too. And then I'm going to press here, up for 1, up for 2, and I'm going to work for all 8 reps. Again, rated perceived exertion, going to be at a 7, 2 reps in the tank. Make your load appropriately for that set. If you guys need help figuring out a way that you can incline bench press, you can take the Bosu ball away, hold that there with your core, and then you're essentially doing a floor press. You don't need any equipment at all, and you're just utilizing the dumbbells there yourself. So you work 8 and 8, 2 more rounds for 3 total rounds. Next, we're going to get into our RDL and our decline push-ups. You know what? I'm going to work this for our declines as well. So the RDL, very simple. We've been doing these in this program as well. My left foot's going to be in the ground, right foot is up. I'm going to be down here, making my leg go all the way back for 1, keeping my hips nice and square, here for 2, and then I'm going to do 8 on the left, 8 on the right. Again, making sure we're going nice and slow and controlled. If you want to go dumbbells in both hands, you can. If you want to go a single side dumbbell, I want you opposite arm, opposite leg. So whatever leg is planted in the ground, your other hand has access to the dumbbell. Left leg down, my right hand has a dumbbell in it. After those 8 reps per side, man, we're getting sweaty again. We're going to get into our decline push-ups. Decline push-ups are very simple. I've got my feet above my hands. So here I'm using my Bosu ball. It's not a huge decline, but it'll be enough here for the visual. And then I'm going to come down, full range of motion, and up, full range of motion, and up. Again, if you got a partner, if you have somebody that can give you a rated perceived exertion of a 7, 2 reps in reserve, throw some weight on your back, wear a weight vest, do what you got to do, make it challenging, and you'll work 2 more rounds of those movement patterns. And then we're going to get into our Copenhagen side plank kind of sequence. So the way this works today, I'm going to be down here on my side. My leg is going to be up here on an elevated surface. I chose a box today. You can use a bench. You can use a bunch of different things. We've done Copenhagen side plank so far in this program. We're going to do the inverted one as well. So 2 rounds of each Copenhagen side plank, 2 rounds of the inverted Copenhagens. So here, left foot is up, right forearm is down on the ground. I'm going to pull my body up here into a nice straight line. I'm going to hold here for 20 seconds. Then I'm going to pop down, shake it out for 10 seconds, and then I'm right back up on the same side for 20. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the inverted on the same side. It minimizes the amount of time I'm rolling back and forth. So now my right leg is going here onto my bench, and then my body is coming up. And then what I want to do is I want to lift the top leg here, and I'll be here for 20 seconds, and then I'm going to come down, take my rest, and then after my 10 seconds of rest, I'm going to pop up and hold here for the second round. Once I'm done on the right forearm, I'm going to switch to the left forearm, do the normal Copenhagen side plank and the inverted side plank, 2 rounds of each. Once I'm done with that, we're going to move into our, I'll call for lack of a better term, zone 2 cardio today is going to be 10 minutes long. I don't care what equipment you're on, whether you're on a treadmill, a rower, a skier, a bike, you're walk/running outside, does not matter to me. What I want you to do is try and target what I'll call a conversational pace that's a little bit challenging. Normally that's going to be a heart rate in and around 120 to 140, maybe 130 is about the sweet spot. And I just want you there for 10 minutes. Work for that 10 minutes, and then we'll get into our 5 minutes of foam roll regen. Just hit whatever hurts, man. Today is Thursday. You guys have been getting after it. So hit whatever you need to with the foam roller, 5 minutes of regen, and then we'll get back to it the next day. Remember, bring the music down, chill out your central nervous system, and then we will get after it tomorrow. Good luck. Let me know how you guys do, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.